Despite everything that's going on and despite this episode itself, one thing I will say, All Might still got it. That man is such a showman. He knows, regardless, he may not have the muscles, he may not be having the strength like he used to, but this man knows how to intimidate some villains. The fear in these villains, don't even have to fight them. They know his reputation precedes them. Man, oh man, so we just got done watching this latest episode, reacted to it on Patreon, and my God, if you did not see this episode yet, this is full of spoilers, just to warn you, because the fact of the matter is this episode was amazing. The whole episode was a fight. Well, a fight. I mean, first we have All Might here fighting some villains that tried to attack him and assassinate him. Deku fighting Lady Nagant, and Deku, my lord, when you have abilities and you're actually intelligent to weave those abilities and use them, is dangerous. You could be very dangerous here. I wish All Might, man, just imagine if All Might had the capabilities of any of these moves on top of him being super strength and such, he would be an even bigger force to be reckoned with. But we got Deku with all these abilities, and he's our main character, and he's learning to use them. But Lady Nagant, we get into a little bit of backstory on Lady Nagant. She was an assassin for the association, which is basically like the hero association. So while they had different heroes, like for example All Might and others in the light, the public view, she would be in the shadows and dealing with targets, absolutely literally assassinating people. She did have a gun in her arm, literally assassinating villains or anyone that the association felt like was a threat to society itself. And she had a good heart. The association came and claimed her at a young age. I believe that she's like in middle school, I believe, in this picture here. And they saw her potential, recruits her, and essentially has her do unspeakable acts. And she has a good heart, but and she's a hero as well. After a while of murdering and assassinating people, kind of weighs heavy on you. I mean, I wouldn't know. You're supposed to be a good person, but you keep killing people over and over and over again. After a while, that weighs heavy on you. And she was literally going to the association and was like, is this really for the benefit of society? And then just murders the president of the association, just shoots him right there. And then later it gets covered up, she gets arrested, and they try to say, oh, the association president died and the hero fight and such. And then she's locked away for God knows how long. So she's been in prison for a good while. But the fact is, it's not even like totally her fault. It was the association that made her out to be like that. And even Deku recognized that she technically is a good person, because last episode, she starts their battle shooting Deku's phone. If she was truly a villain and evil, she would have shot him in the spine, paralyzed him, and then he couldn't have been able to fight back. And then she would have won from go. Like Deku, I mean, maybe we could say danger sense would have popped off because it was actually a dangerous thing for him, whatever. We could argue that point. But if she actually was truly evil, like she could have just took him out from like beginning, instead of, I'm gonna shoot your phone, introduce myself to you, let's get this battle going, and stuff like that. She's been aiming at his joints, but she's missing because of Deku's bobbing and weaving and moving and such. And so he hasn't lacked in speed. But bro, their battle was amazing. Deku used his intelligence to close in on her. He used a lot of quirks in succession. He used the smoke screen, he used the black whip, he used float, and he misdirected her a few times. And then Deku used his new move, the new power, handed down to him from the third user, Faux. Essentially, Deku's able to store kinetic energy by using repeated motion. So when you saw him like moving, or I guess exercising, whatever, he kept using the same movements over and over, storing kinetic energy in his body, and then he's able to release it. So, which is very helpful, you know, storing power within his legs and then using those legs to project him and propel him faster than he normally would, which is what he did when he used Faux 100%. So in this fight, he's only using 45% of his power. And then he used the centrifugal force with the 45%, with Faux and doing Faux 100%, as if he's doing 100% of his power. Because, as he said, everyone knew All Might is faster than a bullet. Now, God knows I would love to see footage of All Might zipping around at like 100% faster than bullets here. So using Faux 100%, he's not only able to save Chisaki, he's able to attack with Manchester Smash Lady Nagant, and of course he could have, oh man, if he actually aimed this right at Lady Nagant, she'd be dead, just dead, like half her body would just be crushed. But he aims for her rifle and destroys her rifle, which of course is part of like her arm and such, so he basically incapacitates her arm. And just like this scene is so good that he just kicked, like his kick is, he's going so fast, and he is like after images of him. It's crazy. And then of course it's like, oh great, he finally defeated her, cool. But here we go, we have All For One planted a bomb in her quirk, and so as soon as he's trying to save her, she blows up, which she looks close to dead. I mean, technically she didn't die. So, and then they plan on taking her to the hospital. So technically she could show up in the future. She's not really dead per se, but she does give off some information before she passes out, that she was supposed to deliver him in 2 months' time to a mansion in some woods. So now Hawks and all them, they have some information of where they can at least find All For One and then go from there. But regardless, this episode was amazing as far as the actual battle itself. And Fa Jin, I mean, yet again, we have another ability that technically by itself may not be overly strong, but in comparison to all these other quirks added together, Deku's looking mighty good as far as an overall hero. He's able to utilize all these quirks together, and his body, and he's not even using 100%, he's using like less than 50% of his whole power. It's crazy. Once Deku gets stronger and his body's able to handle all these powers, and he's able to battle 100%, it's a done deal. It's a done deal. He'll be way better than All Might, because he'll have all the strength of All Might, yet all these other powers on top of it. It's just done. It's a wrap. He'll be the hero's hero. I mean, it's over with. But of course, that would have to be something that happens in the future. I'm glad that Deku was able to recognize that she still has a hero's heart, that she's actually a good-natured person in a bad situation. And of course, she says she aligned herself to All For One because the way that society was in the past, that the society that All For One is trying to create might actually be a good society, might be okay. But technically, you know, she's not a bad person. And as Deku said, that you've worked in the darkness, please help us see the light and bring the light back to this world. So I think she's recovered, and I think she will, if she comes around in the future, I honestly don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, but I wouldn't be surprised if they utilize her as a, I don't know, some type of advisor or some sort. I mean, I doubt they're going to have her as a hero and she snipes people and actually murders people. But you never know. I'll actually like to see her in the future, but this fight right here was amazing, absolutely amazing. And this scene right here, explosive. So we'll see how it goes next week. And next time we actually get another fight scene like this, if it's going to be even better. But their fight between someone that's kind of like a melee character and someone that's a sniper, bravo. Bravo. Very good. Very good. You guys let me know what you guys thought about the battle, and definitely comment down below. How'd you feel about Lady Nagant? I mean, I'll be honest, Lady Nagant's kind of a looker. I mean, she looks pretty good. I mean, but that's a whole other subject. That's a whole other subject. But definitely make sure you guys subscribe below to more anime reviews, and definitely check it out. We got a lot of stuff coming in the future, so stick around. Till then, be safe, take care, have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the future. Bye-bye for now.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.